We're introducing legislation to implement a national freeze on handgun ownership. What this means is that it will no longer be possible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in Canada. In other words, we're capping the market for handguns.
And everybody applauds. All the clapping. In the wake of the devastating events at Robb Elementary School a week ago, people continue to look for answers. That was Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada talking there. What you just saw, Canada right now doing something quite historic up there. They basically have eliminated the sale and purchase of new guns, a national freeze on handgun ownership, and a mandatory buyback on assault-style weapons. Joining us now for more, Kentucky Congressman and ranking member of the House Oversight Reform Committee, James Comer. Congressman, my goodness. So you heard that there from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, imposing a full freeze on all new handguns in Canada. And I think it's easy to say, well, that's Canada. They don't have a Second Amendment. It's different there. But a lot of what we see happen there ultimately comes here. What do you make of that?
Well, Justin Trudeau has been drifting further and further to the left over the past few years. And I think if you listen to many Democrats on Capitol Hill, they have a deep admiration for Justin Trudeau. So this type of far left agenda is making its way into the mainstream of the Democrat Party. And this is something that I think every American needs to be aware of. When you look at what Justin Trudeau's doing and what the Democrats in Washington are advocating for, it's another attack on our freedom, whether it's a freedom through the government forcing you to be vaccinated or wear a mask, or whether it's the government forcing you to enact Green New Deal policies, or the government taking away your Second Amendment rights. These type of infringements on our freedom are something that I fear we're going to see more and more from the Democrats in Washington, based on inspiration from people like Justin Trudeau around the world.
Yeah, who's gotten more and more progressive in his time as Prime Minister. Congressman, I know you're back in Kentucky now, very rural state for the most part. A lot of people there, law-abiding citizens, own guns, not just for hunting, but they own them for things like protection. What about them? Is this whole thing bigger than just gun control?
It is. Again, I think that the Democrat Party is just going so far to the left. When you look at what happened in Texas, I think everyone agrees this was a tragedy. And you talk about the need for Congress to act. At the end of the day, you cannot legislate against evil. And that's what happened in Texas. You had an act of evil. When you look at what Democrats have done in the big cities around the United States with respect to gun control, all your big cities like Chicago and Washington, D.C. have enacted strict gun control. Yet in those cities, you have the highest rate of gun crime. Just look at the death this weekend by guns in those cities.
Yeah, in Chicago alone.
Then you come in rural America, in Kentucky, where I am right now, where just about every other house has guns there to protect their families. You don't see that type of gun violence because the prospective criminals know that these people are going to protect themselves, and there's a very good chance that they could fire back.
Congressman, do me a favor and come back and see us soon if you have the time. I'd love to dedicate a full segment just to Hunter Biden. I know you've stayed on that story. Really fascinating now. The story was disinformation just prior to the 2020 election. Then it was real. The New York Times and the Washington Post said the laptop is real. And now there is a very prominent Los Angeles attorney who is once again saying this is disinformation. A lot to talk about when it comes to the infamous Hunter Biden laptop. Congressman James Comer, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.